What's up, everybody? So you guys ready for the gold farm tutorial? Let's get started right away. You're gonna lay out some portals, 23 block portals. Pretty simple. I'm sure you know how to do it, but we'll show you anyway. Go 23 out and 23 up. That's it. Now we're gonna make, you should at least make 4 to 6 portals. Now the biggest farm we did was on a PC, and it was like 80 portals. As you see right there, put 3 blocks at the top, then place your crafting benches, and then 3 observers facing out. So it looks just like that. Now seal these up with glass. Put glass on top, and put glass all around, but don't put glass in between where the portal lights, obviously.
We'll put some temporary blocks on top of the observers. I'll put observers with the power outlet facing down, 2 of them. Now remove your temporary blocks. Make sure you have glass on top of all the workbenches. Put lava on top of the observer like so. Just run obsidian between the observers at face level. Now with your dispensers, place one underneath that piece of glass there, then skip a piece of glass and place one there. Place a quick temporary block and place a dispenser facing the opposite way underneath each one of those. Now remove those temporary blocks. On the bottom dispenser, place a block, and then place one in between. With the dispensers, you want a piece of dust behind them, and the block in between them without the dispenser. Place a repeater, place a block back here, place a repeater, and we'll go back 3 blocks here. Usually if you set up another set of portals on this side, you could actually set up another circuit there. We'll just leave that there for the minute. Now come back a couple more blocks, we'll come back 3. Put your repeaters on the outside. Your outside repeater, put on 3 ticks. Place dust behind the repeaters. Block with a sticky piston behind it. Okay, we need a couple more blocks here. Run them back down towards the portal, so 2 wide behind the piston. Repeater behind the block stays on normal standard. The one behind the piston, 2 ticks. Dust down here and around. Very important, the 2 on the inside point away from the farm, and the 2 on the outside point towards the farm. And remove that block. Make sure you set all these repeaters on 3 ticks, except for this one needs to be 2 ticks. Now we need our observer facing up with a slime block on top. We're going to need another sticky piston. Place a sticky there. So when you power the piston, it should actually pull that block back. We need a block above the repeater with a redstone torch and a piece of dust between the repeater and the piston. Like so. Now we need a switch. Turn that off. We'll put a block. Sticky. Redstone block. Place up 4 blocks. Your comparator on subtract mode. Feed your dust around like so. You turn it on. It will power all that, which updates the lava. Now we need to add water to the dispensers. Water in there, that one.
Alright, now we're going to set up the key to this farm, which is the bottom portals. This is what makes them teleport into the nether and what makes the farm so fast.
On each side, in between each portal, so go 4 high here. So there should be a free gap in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to fill in the bottom as well. High. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of directional. Check what side the pigmen are dropping out on the two outside portals. And the side they're dropping out, make sure you put the small portal, otherwise you'll have pigmen just building up. Come up 3 blocks. Fourth one, come across for your roof. To light it. To do the nether side of the farm. Inside of the portal we need to completely block it with glass, and on this side we're going to need to run a tube all the way down to about 20 blocks. Pigmen generally die on a drop of 24, but sometimes they might take some extra damage and actually die when they hit the ground, so to reduce that, bring it up a few. Generally I'd make this 4 wide going down. Alright, we need to place some buttons on the front of the portal here. Down here, let's build a trident killer. Place the blocks on top of the pistons, and now we're going to need some solid blocks in the corners. Repeater faces from the solid block out towards the outside. The repeater will take the signal. On the back side here, we need a observer facing in. Place a couple of solid blocks here. Fence gate on the inside. We need to run redstone dust across the top of these blocks. It should be ready to go.
Alright, now just to go over some things. Make sure you throw your tridents, because that's what gives you the XP. Hold a looting sword in your hand to get extra loot. And up top where the observers are right there, make sure you have your dust going across all of them. The redstone block goes up to power the clock, but you need to make sure your redstone dust is going across the whole top. If this does happen to break and water starts to leak out, just click your lever on and off again, and that should suck up all the water and get it reset back to normal. Now let's go back into the nether and go over some measurements with how much the drop chute should be. I made a little sign here, and as you see, there's one every other block, so you can easily see the distance. But it should be about 20 blocks here. Look at this sign here. 22 blocks to the very top of the fence gate. That's the measurement. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be the floor. 27 blocks will be the floor of the trident killer. And if you didn't want to do the 2-person method, you could always set something like this up and have it in the overworld. It's not going to be as fast of rates, but it's going to be a lot safer, because I'm going to give you a big disclaimer. Running this with 2 people, 1 on each side, you have to make sure that someone doesn't get booted off or something like that, because if you're ever running it and sending them into the nether and a few minutes goes by and there's not someone there to make sure those pigmen die, you can corrupt your whole world if you get too many mobs in there, because every time you get close, it'll just crash. So be very, very careful with this farm. Or set it up in the overworld like this and get you some basic rates. But if you want the high efficiency 40 to 60,000 nuggets per hour, just be careful. Make sure you have a backup of your world on a USB, and that's about it. Just make sure that there's never a time where you're loading those mobs into the nether and there's not someone on the other side to make sure that they die. That is the biggest thing I would stress about this. Otherwise you could corrupt your entire world, and I don't want to see that happen. So be careful. I will try to have the Wither Rose attachment to this farm put out in the next couple days, and it'll do 60 to 80k Wither Roses per hour. So look out for that. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button. It really helps out the video get spread around, and it helps out the channel grow, and it helps show your support. And as always, thank you for watching.